Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, terrestrials and extraterrestrials. My name is iAreCade, and welcome to this week's episode of the Tech Ratch Games podcast. I am here with my co-hosts, Chezizzle.
What up?
And KingKoopa.
Yeet!
What's going on, guys? How y'all been?
What's up, bro?
Alright, we back. We didn't have an episode last week. There really wasn't much to talk about, but this week we got some topics to discuss. It gave us an extra bit of time to talk about to play Borderlands, to give us our impressions on it, and some new things came out, so we got some stuff to talk about today. So, First things first, how we like to start every podcast. What have you guys been playing, Chaz?
So, pretty much, I've been playing a little bit of Destiny Shadowkeep, which has been great. We'll talk about that coming in a little bit. But randomly, I've been playing MLB The Show 19 because it's free this month on PlayStation Plus. And I don't really like baseball that much till October. But I like the show games, but I don't like them enough to buy them. So now that I got one for free, I've been playing it. The road to the show mode is just so good. And I've just been playing that pretty much, and Destiny.
Cool deal. What about you, Koopa?
Well, recently, me and my girlfriend, we played through Borderlands. We finished it. I think it was a few nights ago. We had a blast. I loved it. It was great. We just started our new game plus actually, like a few nights ago as well. We played Destiny Shadowkeep a lot as well. With me and Chezizzle played a little bit. Have a lot of good things to say about that as well. We'll talk about that later. I've been really loving that too, though. About it.
Cool deal. As far as me, I haven't really played too much. Taylor and I played a little bit of Link's Awakening. And then other than that, I went and played some Magic the Gathering the other night with a play group at our local game store, and that's kind of it. As far as video games though, not really too much. So
I miss playing Magic.
Yeah, bruh. You should play on Arena. At least.
I thought about it, but I never got into it. Maybe one day.
Gotcha.
You'd rather play Hearthstone.
It's free to play, but just like anything, I mean, you can buy into it and stuff like that to get like more competitive decks, but yeah, I understand. It's all good. So, with that out of the way, let's get to our first topic. It's going to be the Destiny 2 Shadowkeep DLC. You guys can take it away because I have not been playing this.
All right, so first of all, not a review. Very, very first impressions because Bungie's going to be rolling out more content over the next few months on this because now they're doing similar to Fortnite's Battle Pass where there's going to be different seasons with different unlocks and stuff. But so far, I'm really enjoying Shadowkeep. Cooper?
Well, yeah, I agree with you. At first, I didn't like the whole. I'm not saying I didn't like the whole battle pass. I didn't really understood how it worked at first, but that was before I had the battle pass, so I had to buy it. But after I bought it, it didn't really take long to level up, and it's nice because you get into the tower, you get all your bounties, no matter if you like to play Strikes, Crucible. You go to different planets, get your planetary bounties as well, like your destination bounties. You do all of them, and you get tons of that sweet XP towards your little rewards there. I like how they put the upgrade modules in there as well, so that way you could infuse those guns you like, because using the blues at first, man, I couldn't do it. I did it at first. After a while, I said F this, and once I got a gun 50 levels higher, my sweet Outbreak perfected, my favorite gun in the world. I just kept infusing it up because I couldn't do the blues anymore. But besides what Chezizzle said, I agree. I loved it, and I think it's a great addition. And I'm really excited for the new content that's going to be coming out.
Yeah, this is the first expansion Bungie has put out since they're not under Activision anymore, and you can tell the game is not. It's not catered to casuals as much as it was before.
Like not.
Things are a lot harder. The transmog system, Armor 2.0, is way better, way deeper. And the battle pass is just going to be something that keeps people playing the game. Like before, XP didn't really mean anything because if you leveled up, you would just get like a shader and some bright
You
ink.
get a bright income, and it would give you just basically just trash shit, like shit you didn't
Yeah.
care about, like not to better your character, just stuff that was just kind of useless, you know?
Yeah, now when you level up, it actually helps you, and I think it's gonna be really good for like Destiny as a whole. I think Destiny's gonna it definitely was on a downward trajectory. I think it's gonna be coming back up now.
Definitely.
Bungie doesn't have to worry about what Activision says, and there's a lot of good content coming out in the next couple months. I'm excited. The new raid just dropped. It looks sick. Me and Cooper haven't really played it. We're not really raiders, but it looks sick.
We also
And-
just started.
Yeah, we're not high enough level to play it even if we wanted to, but I'm really enjoying Shadowkeep so far, and I'm excited to see where Destiny goes from here.
Well, cool. Speaking of just started, for someone like me who actually loved the first Destiny, but kind of got tired of it towards the end, got kind of really tired of the grind and everything, didn't really play Destiny 2 because of it, would this be a good point for me to jump into it?
I definitely think so. Like, there's a lot of new people coming in. The servers actually crashed the first day it came out, which never happens anymore for Destiny. So that just showed you how many new players were excited for it. I think if you want to jump in, this is the time to jump in. I'm not sure how the leveling goes, but pretty much they started everyone out at the same like level for this. So like
power
level. So everyone had the same power.
Kind of like was it House of Wolves or whatever that did that in Destiny 1? That like
similar.
Kind of put everyone at like level 30 or whatever.
You see, like, and then now see their character level and your power level is two totally different things. So, like, but like I was telling you in the group chat earlier, I think what you would have to do if you'd play is like you'd get in, you would have to do like maybe the main story mission of Destiny 2 probably just to get your through those hurdles, and then you would get your character level up to whatever the max is 30, I think, Chaz, or something like that. And then, and then after that, then your power level already be so high. I don't know how much high, you know. Then eventually you could probably climb up. But I don't like Chaz said, you know, it's
kind of confusing. Like
it's confusing, but it's capped at 750 now. Everything is. So I feel like you would get it really quickly this time.
Yeah, if you're gonna jump in, this is definitely a time to do it. I feel like.
I might think about it. Kind of miss playing Destiny.
Yeah, man. We played a lot of D1.
Yeah,
and
a lot
all of
of D1.
Yeah, so it's a good time to be a Destiny fan.
Also, too, I did see people online. I mean, people like Chaz was saying, a lot of people, new people now, but even before this expansion came out, like around the time when they had like the season pass where it was Joker's Wild and like Season of Opulence and stuff, a lot of new people were coming in at that point too because they had a good bit of content then, especially if you had never played like Curse of Osiris, Warmind. I mean, you had a good bit of stuff to do jumping back in, but Curse of Osiris was hot garbage. Everyone hated it. Warmind was okay. The story missions were great and fun. The new planet was cool, but it just wasn't enough, you know. Now if you come back now, you'd have tons and tons of stuff.
And I'm pretty sure like Destiny 2, like all that stuff's for everything in year 1. Destiny 2 is free. So like, if you just want to give Destiny 2 a try, it's free. So I'd say.
So I wouldn't need to buy like all the original DLC.
No, you
buy Shadowkeep
and Shadowkeep.
Yep, and it would all come to it. It would all come with it. I mean.
Okay, cool. I might hop into it then.
If I were you, though, I would maybe do a little bit of research, or maybe one of us could do it too in YouTube, just to see how the leveling would work for a brand newcomer like you. Because I remember in Taken King, if someone was coming into Taken King and never played before, Chaz, if you remember, they had that power boost level.
That's what it was. Taken King, not House of Wolves. Taken King.
It would jump you up to 25 right away, from the start or something like that. And then it would also give you like a few like legendary gears that were low leveled but still pretty good to get you on your feet, you know. So that's what I was saying. I don't think they have that right now, but since it's capped at 750, I think no one would have a problem getting in now.
Yeah.
All right, I'll look into it. Maybe squad up again.
Come back to us, dude. Come back to us.
Come to the dark side.
Yeah, come back to the dark side.
Well, the light, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
you're
gotta
right.
change the
You're
light.
right. All right. Well, this obviously would not be a Tech Rich Games podcast without mentioning Call of Duty at least once. So,
right.
next topic is Call of Duty Mobile. It just recently came out on iOS and Android. Have y'all gotten a chance to play any of it?
Yeah, played a few rounds.
I actually played on my lunch break at work today. Just a few matches.
Gotcha. Yeah, I played like 3 matches. It was all right. I mean, it's what I expect from
I didn't think it was
an
bad.
FPS on a phone or tablet. Like,
I'll tell you what, if I was a little kid and that's all I had, I'd play the shit out of it.
I'm
But I
already
mean-
seeing little kids in public playing it. Last Wednesday,
Oh, I
at
bet.
and I
Yeah.
saw 2 kids playing COD, and I was like,
nice.
what a time to be alive.
I know, isn't it crazy?
It kind of reminds me of like over the summer where it
cool,
was
though.
all like Fortnite and PUBG Mobile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're probably all tired of Fortnite, so they're like, ooh, let's play COD.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's kind of cool though in a way. I mean, I don't
Low
know.
key though, like if this game was on PC and PS4, I think it'd be really popular because it's kind of like a greatest hits.
Dude,
Like, it
for
has
real
the
though.
maps
It has like
for
all
it.
the best maps.
Yep, and it has a few different guns from the few different games. It is kind of weird, and they have the main character from campaign, Ghost. What was his name? The guy from Ghost.
Ghost?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
No.
His name was Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost from yeah, that's what I said. From Call of Duty Ghost.
Yeah, it sucks this game's stuck on mobile right now because I think if they put it out everywhere, it would be really huge.
Well, the problem would be that like they would never have to make another Call of Duty again. They could just
Yeah,
add on to this
exactly.
one.
What they could just do is just release this one on console and PC and just call it Call of Duty Greatest Hits.
Yeah, but then no one would
Or just
play
go back to
MW,
Call of Duty.
MW's
Just call it Call of Duty.
trash.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of the coolest thing about it was seeing all the old maps and stuff back in it and everything.
I'm
But
just waiting until people start connecting controllers.
dude,
and
once
then
that
just
happens, it's-
murder everybody.
yeah. Honestly, I was destroying people with just my thumbs. So
Yeah.
if you give me a controller, it'll be game over.
For sure.
Yeah, like when I heard they were making Call of Duty Mobile, I was like, this is gonna be a fucking train wreck. And then
For
it
sure.
came out, and I heard it was actually good, so I tried it, and it's not great because you can't make touch controls great, but it's
No.
better than I thought it would be.
Me
the
too.
Controls wise, so
Yeah, I'd agree.
kudos to them.
Because
So
they have
whole, like,
make it
they have two
playable.
different button schemes. You can do simple and then advanced.
And advanced. That's what I was gonna say. Like the advanced to me, like the advanced feels great. Like simple is just
Yeah,
for
same.
like a little kid, or something can't get, But the advanced, I was surprised at seeing the advanced because I was like, this actually feels like a COD in a way. The way it works. It's like you're running and you aim down sights really fast and start shooting. It's crazy to see on mobile.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. The only thing that I noticed was if you go to the Battle Pass tree, it looks exactly, and I mean exactly to the point of Fortnite's.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't even know they had a battle pass.
They have a Battle Pass, and it looks just like Fortnite's Battle Pass. Like the
Of course
same,
they have
like
a
2
Battle Pass.
columns, everything, the same color, everything.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the one
Apparently
thing
not.
Fortnite
If you can't beat them, join them.
really did. Like, I love battle passes. I think every game that wants to monetize, that is the perfect way to monetize your game. Because
Yeah, I
you
think so.
earn what you get and stuff. So
I hate Fortnite, but I agree with Chaz heavily.
I would never complain about a battle pass. The only thing is it gets weird when it's in a $60 game, like Black Ops 4. That was
Yeah.
kind of weird.
But Black Ops 4
Yeah.
also had additional guns and stuff like that you could buy, and those guns
Yeah.
were broken.
That's
Yep.
when it gets weird. But it's just
That's when it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, as long as like the Black Ops 4 Battle Pass, I thought was fine. Like you can spend money to unlock it further on if you want to, and then you get other loot crates as you surpass those levels, which I thought was awesome. The only thing I hated was the fact that if there were certain guns that you can only get in loot boxes, and they weren't on the Battle Pass. Now, if there was a way to
Right.
get all the guns, in loot crates, like once you surpass those levels, that's fine. But I think you should be able to get it for for just playing at least.
Yeah.
Like just increase the amount of tiers there are or something. That's all you have to do.
Yeah,
But
I agree there.
But yeah, that's all we got to say about COD Mobile. It's all right. It's pretty cool in my opinion.
Pretty cool for what
I might
it
play
is.
it a little bit, if I'm bored, sitting on the toilet or something, might give it a shot a couple of times before I get tired of it. But on to our next topic, which is Borderlands 3. You guys can also take this away because I have played very little of it.
Okay, I also played very little of it, but I've played more than Cade, so I'll let Cooper talk mainly. But the reason I haven't played much is I'm kind of disappointed in Borderlands 3
Same.
because there's 6 or 7 years in between Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3.
I think
And
it's just too late to the party.
I just expected more of a jump. Like, Borderlands 3 is not a bad game by any means. And if you haven't played any Borderlands like Cooper, you're going to enjoy it a lot. But it's just more Borderlands 2, but looks a little bit better. And I don't know, I just expected more. So I was really disappointed in that aspect. And also, the menu system is garbage. Like, it's so slow.
Oh my god, yes.
You're
I could not
always-
agree more about that.
Borderlands is a game where you're always in the menus messing with your guns because you get so many.
Yeah.
There's got to be a better way to do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That was just so annoying.
Just
like,
I'll
do like
touch
they
on
did
that.
in previous games. You don't need all the animations and shit in a menu. Just give me the fucking screen. Like, that's all I want. I just want to see my stuff. I don't need to see the guy in there and, like, the pet moving around if you're playing with the Beastmaster or whatever. Like, I don't need to see them moving. Just give me the menu.
Yeah.
Right. No, yeah, you're very right. I'll touch on that too when I talk about it because I've had some experiences with the whole menu thing that I could talk about. But from the start, I won't say too much, but I'll say this: from the start, I first played by myself. I did a solo character for a little while. Then me and my girlfriend Lindsay, we did split screen, like local campaign ourselves. She picked Flak, my girl Mose, and we had a great time. We loved it. We went through the whole story. I honestly I didn't, like Chad said, I never played a Borderlands before, so it was all very new to me. Everything was very fresh to me, and I love the whole like skills, like where you could choose your own skills. And Mo's was cool because you could put one weapon on one arm and another weapon on the other arm, and then just customize the shit out of everything. And I love doing that. And also too, I found you could go ahead.
Just a quick question for you, Cooper. How was it with the menus with y'all? I'm assuming y'all played split screen, right?
Yeah, that's what I was about to tell you. Menus, y'all thought menus with like online was bad. Menus with split screen, when one person pulls up the menu, the other person just starts lagging as if their internet connection goes from like low ping to just fucking high as shit ping. It's insane, honestly. Sometimes she would open my menu and I'd be running and I'd be jumping and I would just freeze in midair for about 10 seconds. Then I would continue and then it was just really laggy. Now, if we were both had our menus up, then sometimes the guns would show instead of it showing a gun, it would show a grenade, or it would just be really glitchy and stuff. It was horrible to say the least.
I was surprised they even had split screen, to be honest, because that's like a dying thing.
I think this was the first one that did it. All the other ones were just online co-op.
I thought it was cool though, just because that way, if someone didn't have a PS4, you could just both play. And I mean, the split screen was fine because it was horizontal, so it wasn't like it was hard to see. The field of view was very, very nice. I will say too, though, like the basically with the whole menu thing, like y'all said, you're right. I mean, it got so bad, we got so aggravated with it towards the later part of the game that when it was time for me to go sell guns I didn't want or go in my menu, we would just take turns because it would lag so much and we would both do it. That's how you know that's a problem.
Yeah, that, and there's always so much shit happening in Borderlands to begin with on screen.
Yeah,
with
for sure.
So much action and explosions and people all over the place that everything just slows down the UI.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. And then besides that, though, the story was awesome. I loved all the different planets you got to travel to, and I just enjoyed it. The gunplay, I would say the gunplay was something very strange for me to get used to. Sometimes you'd have a pistol that zoomed in 6 times, and I hated all that shit. But I wasn't really used to that. But I found the story was very long, and that's what I wanted. Like I love like if I'm playing a story based game or a loot shooter or anything like that, I want the story to be long. I don't want a short story. I like it to just have a lot of in depth, and it was to me it was everything that I wanted in a Borderlands game for my first Borderlands game. I thought it was awesome, and that's about it.
I did like that they focused a lot more on like having a bunch of different bosses and mini bosses in this
Yes,
game. Like,
yeah, I
there's
did
so
like.
many
I think
bosses.
I think the bosses always made like Borderlands, like they're always so zany.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it seems like they just multiplied the amount. They're like, we're just
Yeah.
gonna have as many bosses as we could possibly have.
and
Because
you
that's
know
the
when you
best
do
part.
a new game plus like we did we did a true vault hunter mode with where all the enemies scale up to you as you level up, and they're also like harder just in general. Pretty much every enemy you'll come across will have a shield, and
Yeah,
then they have the enemies that are called badass tink or badass, whatever. Well, those have a shield and armor, then a health bar, and like there's a lot of mini bosses when you do true Vault Hunter mode. So like the mini, like that, like y'all were saying, it's a blast, honestly, to say the least, and it gets significantly harder, even though your shields and your stuff's a lot upgraded. It's still a challenge for sure.
Yeah,
And one last thing I'll say, that's what I like so much about it. The replayability for it was awesome. I've always been a sucker for New Game Plus modes. I've loved New Game Plus modes, whether it be in Resident Evil, or I mean, I love New Game Plus modes. So I really enjoyed Borderlands because of that.
yeah, it always gives a replayability to a game.
Especially when
Makes
they
you wanna go back
scale up
to
to
it.
your level, it's really cool.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about Borderlands.
All right, you got anything left to add there, Chaz, or you're good?
no, I'm good.
All right. Well, with that, we're gonna get to our main topic for this podcast, and that is the announcement of the new upcoming PlayStation system.
This is weird.
Finally.
Yes. So, I mean, we've all kind of known that it was coming, but this is the first time that Sony has confirmed that it will be coming out. It's going to be released holiday 2020. So it's safe to presume that that will be most likely November, just like the PS4 had launched, and it will be called the PlayStation 5.
What?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. There certainly wasn't going to be a PlayStation 9.
Yeah. I mean, the only
Or
other
the
thing I could see
PlayStation
this one
1.
being was just that it was going to be called just PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what I think Xbox
yeah.
is gonna end up doing. I think their new one's just gonna be called the Xbox.
That and because I don't know what else you could do with the Xbox. Like Xbox.
Anaconda, Xbox.
I mean, you have Xbox 360, you have Xbox Xbox One S and X and
Scarlet,
A, B, C,
or
D,
is-
E. I don't know.
Scarlet, yeah.
Was Scarlet the new
Xbox Omega.
one? But back to PlayStation. What the fuck's going on at Sony?
I don't know. There's people leaving left and right.
They fired. Well, they let Sean Layton's leaving out of the blue in a super weird way. He never tweeted about it. They just kind of said he's gone.
Yeah.
They announced their new console in a tweet. Like, it's just so weird the way they're doing everything.
That's strange.
Well, I think it was actually through an interview.
Yeah, they did
on
an interview on
Wired.
Wired,
Yeah.
but like it's just so like it's because they don't need to have this big show like, oh, this is what our console is. They're so far ahead and everyone loves PlayStation right now that they could just do this.
yeah.
But I don't know, it's weird. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
They've never done this
It's
before.
Let's talk about that advanced cooling system, though. No more orange lights of death. Even though that really doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the first thing that was in the article, I'm pretty much going to be quoting stuff off of the Wired article that was online, and that's what Sony themselves and PlayStation had retweeted was that article. So the first thing is the controllers. They won't have that.
I'm really
rumble.
excited about this.
Yeah, this actually seems really cool. Even though, especially in games like Call of Duty, I don't want rumble at all or vibration. But like if I'm playing like a single player game like Uncharted or whatever, like
For sure,
cool,
yeah.
give me all that stuff. But the new controller will have the rumble replace what is being called haptic feedback. And they gave an example
HD
of
rumble.
going through mud or crossing a rickety bridge. Like, you can kind of feel the tension of that element. So I'm assuming it's going to be somewhat similar to like the Joy-Con, how the vibrations in the Joy-Con are kind of like, especially
it's HD rumble. That's what it is.
Yeah, essentially. So it'll give more weight and tension and resistance than your normal rumble would be in the grips of a DualShock 4.
Right.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this because HD rumble has ruined. Because I go from playing my Switch and it feels so good, and then I pick up a PS4 controller and it feels like crap.
Especially when there's like lightning strikes all around you in Call of Duty, and your controller is just like.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, that's why
I'm
I always
excited
turn that
about
shit
this.
off.
Yeah, when I play Destiny or Call of Duty, I take that shit off.
Yeah,
Completely.
I never use
Every
it.
time.
Yeah,
But
for
it'll be kinda
shooters, it's whatever. But I'm excited for like. I mean, obviously, of course, I'm gonna say Last of Us 2. Like, what can like this like? Can make the experience even better? Like,
For sure.
Yeah, like
That'd
will
be
it
crazy.
enhance games from PlayStation 4 on PS5, or is it only going to be on PlayStation 5 exclusive titles? You know,
yeah, I don't know.
that would be interesting.
But I think they could do a lot of cool stuff, like Ghost of Tsushima. Like
Yeah.
walking through the grass, you'll be able to feel like
like the
grass
rustle of the
and
grass.
Yeah,
That'd be sick,
yeah.
stuff.
dude.
That'd be so cool.
That would be so cool. That's literally next level shit.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Yeah.
they can update recent PS4 games for it, like within this next upcoming year.
I feel like Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima are going to be very well
Yeah,
optimized for PS5.
maybe Death Stranding might, but I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, we don't know.
We'll have to see. But yeah, that's a pretty cool feature and something to look forward to. The next thing listed is this system will include a solid-state hard drive, which should allow for quicker load times. Thank God.
Now I don't have to install one on my PS4
Yeah.
like I wanted to.
Dude, especially after how long it would take to fucking load just your damn menu from time to time.
Oh
Like-
gosh,
Oh my God.
load screens were terrible.
I'm hoping it's not just for the game, but for the whole system in general, because loading the PlayStation Store was terrible.
Yeah, the
from,
OS is going to be on it, so everything should be way faster.
Yeah, so that's something to look forward to as well, because that is one of the worst things. If there was something that I would gripe the most about for PlayStation 4, is navigating the damn menu. It takes way too long, and loading stuff takes way too long.
It does, but when I want to complain about it, I remember how bad the PS3 was, and then I don't complain about it
True.
anymore.
True.
Yep.
Just PlayStation in general has been pretty bad about loading shit.
Yeah.
Let's
Like,
just
they
say
start
that.
out fine, but the longer you have your system, the laggier and laggier it gets.
Yeah, dude.
Which is like that for most tech, but like,
And you know what? Once your solid state starts to shit out, you just buy yourself a new one and slide that thing right back in.
don't talk about sliding thing in. Koopa.
Oh, damn it. You're right. Silly me.
Oh, speaking about sliding things in, you can slide in physical discs in this system because it will have
Backwards compatibility.
it will have a disk drive, so you'll be able to pop in your physical disc, so you don't have to worry about it being online only. The disc will be 100 gigabyte optical discs, and game installations from discs are mandatory. There's no way to play a game without it installing first, similar to PS4. However, this time the installations are customizable, so you can install just one game mode from a game, such as only the campaign or multiplayer from Call of Duty, for example. So that way Chaz will never have to worry about ever installing multiplayer, so he can just play the campaign for Modern Warfare.
If he even does play that.
You're assuming I'm gonna buy any disc for this thing.
Yeah, true.
Well,
We don't do
yeah,
discs.
true, because if you did already pre-order it, you probably did digital.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't do discs anymore. We do
But
digital.
I'm assuming digital would be the same way, that you could download
Yeah.
certain parts.
Yeah, for sure.
But it just giving
it's
it
kind of like
the
that on
option on
PS4,
disc.
but yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of like that, but not all the
Well,
way.
the PS4 gave you the option to download one first, and then the other one would download after. This one
Yeah.
will allow you to have just that and only that, and you don't even have to worry about the other stuff. So if
Yeah.
there's like for example, We know Uncharted 2, The Last of Us 2 won't have multiplayer, but if it did and you never wanted to touch the multiplayer and just a single player, you don't have to worry about ever installing the multiplayer. So,
man,
save space.
I'm still bummed that Last of Us 2 isn't going to have multiplayer.
Dude,
Me and you had so much fun playing factions on Last of Us 1.
Yeah, dude, what if they do that as like a standalone free-to-play game on PlayStation 5?
That's kind of what Naughty Dog, like, this isn't about PS4 5, but like Naughty Dog hinted that there will be something similar like coming down the line. So
yeah,
it's a bummer it's not on Last of Us 2, but they're working on something. So
yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm okay with it. But I will say Naughty Dog always did have some pretty solid multiplayer. Like Uncharted 4 had or I think it was Uncharted 4, but the other Uncharted's had multiplayer too, and they were pretty fun.
Yeah, their multiplayer is super underrated. Last of Us and Uncharted 4 both had really good multiplayer modes.
I did play Uncharted 4 multiplayer a little bit, and it was very fun. I will agree with that one.
Yeah.
Cool. VR will also be compatible with the system. So if you have a VR headset currently, you will be able to use it on the PlayStation 5, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, I'm assuming there might be a VR 2 or something like that that comes out later that might have more features, enhanced features, but as of right now...
Probably a wireless headset.
Yeah, or a wireless one. That would be something that would be pretty cool. So VR is here to stay. You'll have a lot more of that coming in the future. More immersed stuff, I'm sure, and crazier things that you can do with it. So that's something to look forward to for those VR headset owners.
Yeah, it's time for me to invest in a VR headset. I'm going to be getting one, and probably this year, by the end of this year, I'll be getting one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next time I go over, or whenever you get it, I need to go over and try it out.
Hell yeah. Beat Saber.
Woo! The system will also support 3D audio and 8K.
Whoa.
Yeah.
8K in quotes.
Yeah. Because, I mean, 8K technically hasn't released yet anywhere, but...
And it'll be a while till any games are running in 8K.
Yeah, even if it says it's 8K compatible, it'll be like 4K stretched to 8K or something.
Yeah.
But eventually, it says that it supports it, but they might have games later on in the system cycle that will be 100% completely 8K.
Yeah. So it's good that they're future-proofing that.
Yeah, for sure. Ray tracing will be built into the GPU. I don't know anything about ray tracing. I'm sure more PC savvy people know that.
Yeah, I don't know much. I just know that ray tracing is like really like the future of like what is gonna make graphics like super crazy. It's all about ray tracing. I don't want to say much more and sound idiotic, but ray tracing is the future. I don't want to sound idiot.
I don't want to sound idiot. I didn't even catch that. That's awesome. But the next thing is that it says the home screen will apparently be more flexible for how players enter games. Players will be able to seamlessly boot up a game and jump into a specific multiplayer activity or single-player mission. Now, this seems kind of vague to me. It kind of makes me wonder if you'll still need to reconnect to servers for multiplayer portions. Like, it already does that for Black Ops 4. Like, if I put the console into rest mode, it will reload me into the Black Ops 4 startup screen, but then it'll have a pop-up stating that I've been disconnected and have to reconnect to the servers. So
yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they mean by this. It's
because the PS4 system already kind of does, but I guess it might load quicker, I guess.
Maybe like if you see like your friends in a game, you could instantly a game or something like that.
Maybe so. Like, yeah, instantly join them. You don't have to worry about closing it down, having that startup menu. Because like whenever you start up a game, it kind of has like that little load screen of like the game title or whatever, and like that little graphic that shows up for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the thing that they're mentioning. So instead of it loading in the background, it will just instantly pop up.
Yeah, this is gonna be something that they'll probably have to show first. Kind of
like the how they showed off like the loading in game on Spider-Man like a few months back.
Similar to that, yeah.
Something like that, for example. And then the last thing that they talked about in the announcement article is that Marco Thrush of Blue Point Games explained the console is getting back to the instant loading of cartridges. Okay, I think that is exactly how it is quoted. Cartridges games of old. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds weird. I might have just made a typo on that. But basically saying that I guess it will instantly load like cartridges. I guess he was just kind of reiterating that previous point.
Yeah.
But he also confirms that his studio is working on a quote big game. Now, for those of y'all who don't know who Bluepoint is, they're responsible for developing the remastered collection of Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection, the remastered Shadow of the Colossus for PS4, and Gravity Rush. So, given their record of remastering games for new systems, do you think they're making another remastered, or they're making a completely new IP for their first time?
Well, IGN came out today, and it's definitely a remaster, but no one knows what it is yet.
Okay, so
what are your guesses? It has to be something. They said it was something big, so it's got to be a classic PlayStation game.
Sly Cooper.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe like a Sly Cooper. But
well,
I don't know. Like
no, because Sly Cooper is Naughty Dog, right? No, Sly Cooper is Sucker Punch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd be going back. Because I feel like if they'd be remastering something, it would lead into a new release for something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what would be something that they would remaster, and then that studio would bring back? At the I would say their remaster would probably launch within the time frame of the launch window of the system.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be a launch window.
And then, so like within the first couple of months, I would say no later than March.
Yeah.
Of 2022 or 2021.
What
and
the fuck?
then
We live in the future.
Yeah, and then the new game from that original studio would be sometime within that first year of 2021 through before 2022. So my guess that I'm thinking of, my main guess, would be a remastered collection of Resistance with a new Resistance game coming out.
That is a good guess.
That's a good guess, and that would be great.
Sony just bought Insomniac. So
Exactly why I thought that. Because they just recently acquired them, and it would make sense that they would want to utilize them for something.
Yeah,
now,
that would be really cool.
Insomniac also has released Sunset Overdrive on Xbox One. That could be something that maybe they're remastering on the PlayStation. They could be remastering Bluepoint, and then they have a Sunset Overdrive 2 coming out. But also, I
don't think they would say that's big, though. It has to be something.
Yeah, because I feel like it would be something that's big within the PlayStation community. So maybe another Ratchet and Clank.
Maybe.
Could be another one.
Okay, here's my guess.
Go for it.
They're going to be remastering Mr. Mosquito.
That'd be awesome.
I don't even know what that is.
Mr. Mosquito is the best PS2 game.
That's probably why.
The game is awesome.
Pretty much you play as a mosquito living in this house, and you just have to suck people's blood, and like the longer you survive, the stronger you get. It's the best PS2 game ever made.
That's an awesome game.
That's what they need to remaster.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I would say it's hard to be the best PS2 game when you have God of War 1 and 2, but sure.
It's the best.
He's probably definitely joking just a little bit, but it's still pretty awesome.
I didn't even own a PS2, but I did play Mr. Mosquito.
That could be why. It's kind of like one of those games that you have nostalgia for because you remember playing it at a buddy's house.
I just remember there was one part where you could see like cleavage and stuff.
Yeah, in the bathtub.
Oh, shit.
Back in the day, that was crazy, man.
Oh, for sure.
Them triangle boobies.
Yeah. But now that you said Resistance, that's all. That's a good ass guess. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Thank you. What about you, Koopa? You got any ideas?
My guess was, but I mean, like y'all said, I mean, it has to be bigger than that. So I think Resistance is what it is.
Gotcha. You had another thought, Chaz, or?
I just know whatever it is, it's gonna be good because Bluepoint is they've never messed up any of their remasters. They're like the best company that does that. So whatever it
for
is, I'm
sure.
sure it's gonna be good.
Cool. I would say the only other thing, if it's not Resistance or anything else from Insomniac, I think maybe the only other things it could be would be maybe Little Big Planet. So it'd be like remaster of 1, 2, and karting.
That would be sick.
Because Little Big Planet 3 is going to be backwards compatible since it released on PS4. So you don't have to worry about
Remake of Mod Nation Racers.
Holy shit.
Make it so the loading won't be 5 minutes because they have solid states. That was the only bad thing about that game. Holy shit.
Dude, that could be another option. That
game was so good.
Yeah, because I think 1, 2, and karting could be possible. Because that's also the only 3 original ones made from that studio that their name escapes me at the moment.
Media Molecule?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because they're working on Dreams at the moment, so
not
that's
to just
also
steal
another
something
thing.
from another podcast, but Greg Miller thinks it's gonna be Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I would love it just to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is backwards compatible already. Just the original 4. That'd be pretty sweet. That was something I kind of thought of because they also did work on the HD collection for PS3, so that is possible.
The only thing is, will Konami play nice?
Yeah, that's
or
why.
Are they fine
that's
just
why I was
making money
thinking.
Off of pachinko machines?
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it would be more so something that Sony owns themselves.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But
yeah,
Metal Gear would be cool.
Yeah, because the only other, I would say the only other one that I could think of would be maybe Infamous, but their Sucker Punch is busy. I mean, God damn it, I'm getting all of them confused. Yeah, Sucker Punch.
I get Sucker Punch and Insomniac confused.
Yeah, for real. Especially because of Sunset Overdrive being so similar to like Infamous. That's why it feels so different. But Sucker Punch did just do, or they're working on Ghost of Tsushima, so I don't know if we'd see another game from them so quickly unless they broke into 2 different divisions.
Yeah, I don't know. They used to be. It was a 2-team studio, but the way Ghost of Tsushima looks, you'd imagine they kind of consolidated into one big team.
Gotcha. Yeah, but I think Resistance might be money, right there.
Ooh, I just thought of another one.
What you got?
Dino Crisis. Have y'all played Dino Crisis?
No, but I know of it. I haven't played it.
It was a PS1 game. It was pretty much Resident Evil, but instead of zombies, it was dinosaurs.
That sounds awesome.
It's another Konami. I think it's a Konami game though.
I just want another Turok game that I've never gotten since.
I know, man. I want a good Turok game.
The one for PS3 was awesome for the times, and I had gone and play it like years ago just to replay it. And man, it's an awesome game, and it was hard. Like I remember when I was younger, I beat it like on easy, medium, hard multiple times, but I just want another one.
There's not enough good dinosaur games these days.
No, dude.
Horizon Zero Dawn is the closest thing we got to a good dinosaur game.
But you didn't get to like shoot them and shit. Like it was like melee like weapons and shit.
Yeah.
You know,
and
like
bows.
I want like like I want like Turok's like you just straight up like murdering people, dinosaurs with military grade weapons.
Well, why do you think they're extinct, Cooper? Because you played Turok.
That's exactly right.
They could still be roaming this earth if it wasn't for you.
Yeah. Fucking Turok killed the dinosaurs.
But yeah, so that's what I think. I think it could easily be Resistance, but the other ones are pretty believable too. Or it could be something that we didn't even think of.
Yeah, we probably didn't even get it.
Probably so. It could be some random ass game from like 1992, before we were born.
Just the fact that he said
except
it's
Cooper,
big,
because you were born in 92. We were born in 93.
Yeah, you old man.
You old fart.
Even though I have gray hair and y'all don't.
I have gray beard hair, so.
Yeah, I get them in my beard, but I don't get them anywhere else.
I don't know. I just have a feeling that he said it was something big. We're just not thinking of it.
It's like some completely obvious, and we're just like,
yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know.
I just feel like it would have to be like a classic game or series, because I don't think it would be something that would have come out recently because it'd be backwards compatible.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. We'll find out. If not by the end of the year, sometime next year before the system comes out. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm assuming Sony's gonna have kind of like a big blowout show similar to they did the PS4.
Yeah,
I doubt
for
they'll
sure.
be at E3 next year because I don't even know if E3 is gonna be a thing next year with all the shit that's going down.
Supposedly, if they do it, it would be not kind of how it was E3 in the past. It would be more so just like consumer.
Yeah, for the PS4, they had that own show in February. So I'd assume maybe around February, maybe we could hear something more.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. That's believable. But alrighty. So that kind of wraps up our discussion topics. But now we're going to get into a new segment that we're going to
totally forgot we were doing this.
Doing some little games at the end of the podcast.
Shout out to Easy Allies because that's totally where we ripped off these ideas from.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Them and Podcast Beyond and everything, how they do like little trivia stuff like that. We're going to kind of do something kind of like that, hopefully at the end of each podcast. So today, I'm going to test Chaz and Cooper's knowledge of Generation 1 Pokemon PokeDex entries. And see if
I
they
just
can
got
get
to
it
say up front, this is unfair. Because Cooper and Cade know everything about Pokemon, and I barely know anything.
Yeah,
but it's Generation 1. At least you know those.
I know Generation 1. That's like the one gen that I know, so I might be okay.
Get it.
But still, this is unfair. So when I lose, that's my excuse.
I'll keep a tally, and then we'll do bragging rights for the next podcast of who wins.
Yeah. We're gonna have to start keeping score.
Yeah.
Each person's gonna have a score.
Yeah, we're gonna tally it into like seasons.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you guys are ready?
Ready.
All right. So I'm going to try to go from the easiest to the hardest. And that's subjective because I think it's easiest to hardest, but it might be completely hard, all of them for Chaz.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So the first one. This Pokemon spits fire that is hot enough to melt boulders. It's known to cause forest fires unintentionally. Is it A, Charizard, B, Moltres, 3, Magmar?
Fuck.
I will give you a little bit more time to think about it, Chaz, so I'll go to Cooper first.
You have to give Chaz some.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go first because Cooper probably knows the answer.
Okay. That's a good idea. Okay, so Chaz.
What was the second option?
Moltres.
That's my guess.
Okay. Cooper.
I actually am embarrassed. I don't know. I was gonna go with Moltres as well, but then I thought it might have been Mag. I'm gonna go with Moltres.
So yeah, both going Moltres?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Sure.
Yes.
You guys suck. It's Charizard.
Fuck, that's my favorite Pokemon.
I was gonna when you first started reading, I said to myself, "Wait, this sounds like Charmander, maybe." But then I was just like, "No."
I fucked with my brains because I thought like it'd be like they can melt rocks and shit. Like the other two sound like they can melt rocks.
They probably could.
Ugh.
But that is not their Pokédex entry. This one is, in fact, Charizard's Pokédex entry. I think this one actually
the reason
is
that California has so many forest fires.
Probably that's where Charizards are in California. But yeah, I think that one actually is the Pokédex entry from Pokemon Red for Charizard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because some of the Pokédex entries aren't exactly from Generation 1. They're from throughout the generations, but it's all Generation 1 Pokemon.
Yeah, they usually like change the wording each game sometimes, like just a little bit of wording around here. I failed my family. I'm sorry.
All right.
I've caused great dishonor.
So after the first one, it is Chaz 0, Cooper 0. Cade 1.
I'd expect nothing less.
Alrighty. Question number 2. It is virtually worthless in terms of both power and speed. It is the most weak and pathetic Pokemon in the world. Is it A, Kakuna, B, Caterpie, or C, Magikarp?
Dude, this is so hard.
This one's easy. I know this one.
Magikarp.
Yeah, it's Magikarp.
Alright, you guys are both correct. It is Magikarp.
Because all he could do is splash.
Yeah, that's the only reason, because everyone makes fun of him.
That should have been probably number 1, but
Yeah.
you know. All right.
All right, 1-1.
I need like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music coming in.
Yeah, da-da-da-da.
All right, for $500. The Pokedex entry number 3. A gentle and kind-hearted Pokemon that shares its nutritious eggs if it sees an injured Pokemon. Is it A, Venusaur, B, Chansey, or C, Exeggutor?
Chansey, final answer.
What was it, Chaz?
Oh, I was gonna say Exeggutor.
It's
Okay.
Chansey, final answer.
All right. Cooper is correct. It is Chansey.
Fuck you, Cade. You multi-choice shit.
You wanted multiple choice. I wasn't gonna do it multiple choice originally.
Well, if it wasn't multiple choice, I'd get 0. So
Yeah, I had to do multiple choice. But
Yeah, but you
by
got
doing
the
multiple
egg
choice, it also makes it hard because you second guess yourself because you have other options.
fuck.
So either way, it's a lose-lose. But at least you
Cooper,
know.
you have to let me go first when you know it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Don't forget that. All right. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Number 4.
No.
By licking, it saps the victim's life. It causes shaking that won't stop until the victim's demise.
Sounds like me.
Hey. Is it A, Lickitung, B, Muck, or C, Haunter?
Fuck, I feel like you're trolling me with the Lickitung. I feel like it's
Wait,
too
wait, wait.
obvious.
Read the entry one more time.
By licking, it saps the victim's life. It causes shaking that won't stop until the
okay.
victim's demise.
I know it. Chaz, go.
Is it
What was the
A,
third option? Yeah.
A, Lickitung, B, Muck, or C, Haunter?
I feel like Lickitung is too obvious, so I'm gonna go with C.
Haunter? Okay. Cooper?
But Haunter.
I also go Haunter.
I'm sorry, but you guys are both correct.
Hey!
I knew you were gonna do that.
I had to do it at least once in there. I had to do a Regis.
I was so close to going Lickitung.
Well, Lickitung is
Well-
Almost
not the
screamed
same.
Lickitung as soon as you said lick.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is that it causes shaking, but like the move lick causes paralysis.
Exactly, that's what I was
So
gonna say.
like it doesn't really describe the Pokemon per se.
But it says it sucks the life, and Lickitung
Yeah.
doesn't do that. So that's a
Yeah,
ghost.
so if it
Pokemon.
saps the victim's life, you would think, oh, it's like Dream Eater or something. So it's like, oh, it's gotta
Right.
be a ghost Pokemon. But all right, on to
2-2.
number 5.
Wait, no.
As
3, 2.
Was that?
Cooper has 3, I have 2.
Oh, I was about to
Yeah.
recap. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
as we head into the last question, Cooper is in the lead, 3-2.
Woo, woo.
So,
We should make this a 2-pointer.
okay, it'll be 2 points. So that way, if Chaz gets it, he wins. If Cooper gets it, he still wins. If y'all
Yeah.
both get it, Cooper still wins because he got more prior.
Yeah.
All right. Number 5. An extremely rarely seen marine Pokemon. Its intelligence is said to match that of humans. Is it A, Dragonite, B, Gyarados, or C, Lapras?
Fuck. I immediately thought of Gyarados, but I'm gonna go with Lapras.
Okay. Cooper?
My final answer is Lapras because it is definitely none of the other two.
You guys are both wrong. It's Dragonite.
Fuck!
No, it's not.
Dude, I am
I didn't even think it
100%
was a water type.
positive.
No way. No,
I am
Lapras is the one
100%
that has,
positive.
No, but Lapras is the one that's rare and has human intelligence too, though, I thought.
But Dragonite is a dragon.
Okay.
Did you say dragon in the thing?
Was that?
Did you say dragon in the entry?
No, that's the crazy thing, is that the entry says an extremely rarely seen marine Pokemon.
Yeah, I didn't even think he's not a.
Well, he's not, but he can be in the water too. But
So-
that's the
okay.
thing, dude.
So let's backtrack a little bit and try to explain this Pokédex entry. All right. So if you ever try to catch a Dratini or a Dragonair, where are they found? Water. Specifically the Safari Zone in the water.
Yeah.
However, if you also go back to Pokemon Snap, I can't remember the exact level, but there is one where also Gyarados and Magikarp are there, but you can see Dratinis, and by constantly like shooting them, you can get a Dragonair and then a Dragonite, and it's by water in the waterfall.
Yeah.
So it's kind of marine-esque.
No, I get that. It's just the thing is that I've always thought that like Lapras. I've always thought that it's Lapras that freaks me out.
I know that's why that was number 5. That's why it was the hardest.
Okay, but you know what else, Kate? I know you remember this too. Like in the anime, they talked about how Lapras was all like really rare and how they're really, really smart.
It's probably very true.
You could use meditate too. You know, like they were smart Pokemon. You know,
it's probably very true, and also it's rare because you can only get it naturally in blue and red by the guy in the Silphco. He gifts it to you after beating Gary.
And then after that, you could find one on Silver. You find one in it's like always in one spot. I don't remember exactly where it was.
Fucking nerds.
Yeah, pretty much.
Either way, I lost. So
yeah, either way, congratulations to KingKoopa for winning. Woo!
Woo!
Yay!
So we're each gonna have to have a name for our team. What's your team name, Cooper?
I'm gonna go with Squid Fruity Pebbles.
Squid Fruity Pebbles.
No, I wanted to say I'm sad that I got that first one wrong. I've disgraced my whole family lineage.
I went with like one of the most popular Pokemons besides Pikachu.
I know.
Literally my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, you should feel worse. It's your favorite.
I do feel like shit.
Okay, yes. So from both the Pokedex entries for both red and blue version, Dragonite, an extremely rarely seen marine Pokemon, its intelligence is said to match that of humans.
Damn.
Yep, word for word from the original games that we all three have played. Try to remember that from 1995 there, Chaz.
Yeah, like, fuck this.
But let me see what Lapras's Pokedex entry was, just to see how similar it might be, or if it says anything about it as well. Okay, so in red and blue, its Pokedex entry is a Pokemon that has been overhunted almost to extinction. It can ferry people across the water.
Wow. Dude, I don't know. I guess I just got it confused. I do just remember
it's close because Dragonite is extremely rarely seen, but Lapras is like a lot of its Pokedex entries have to do with like it almost being extinct.
Yeah.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
I know, for real. Such a pretty Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So the winner of Pokemon Pokedex entries is Squid Fruity Pebbles. Are you really going with that, Cooper?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, Squid Fruity Pebbles. Woo! Woo!
Woo!
Alright. Well, with that will conclude episode 3 of the Tech Rich Games podcast. Thank you guys and gals so much for tuning in or watching if you're on YouTube. If you want to follow us, we're also now on Apple Podcast. You can also find us on Spotify if you want to give us a listen. And also, if you want to watch the video of the podcast, we're on YouTube. So make sure to follow us on those podcast services and also subscribe. And Cooper?
Click that, subscribe. I mean, oh wait, no, you have to edit that.
Oh my God.
Click the bell.
Ding ding, y'all.
Ding ding.
That way you can get notifications for when we upload on the channel. So, if you want to also follow us on social media, you can find me on Twitter at iAreCade.
Find me on Twitter at Chezizzle.
And find me nowhere.
Woo! Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Let me tell you guys, what's the deal with airplane food?
I don't
mean,
know.
there's
What is it?
peanuts, there's cheeses, but like, I don't know. I haven't been on a plane since I was 12, so
Dude,
airplane food.
They don't do peanuts anymore.
Really?
No. I guess because of like allergies and shit.
Oh, the world's getting so soft these days. People and their fucking allergies. But I want my fucking peanuts.
I'll eat some goddamn peanuts on a goddamn plane. I had it with these motherfucking pretzels on these motherfucking planes.
Fuck it. What was the fucking censored version of that? I remember it being hilarious.
Monday through Friday.
Oh, yeah.
I had it with these Monday through Friday snakes on this Monday through Friday plane or something like that.
That's amazing.